A woman accidentally falls asleep on top of a hot air balloon. Before she woke up, her body began to slowly slide down. The main thing is that the balloon is 10,000 meters above the ground. Luckily, she tied the rope to her leg in advance and didn't fall. When she woke up, she realized that she was dropped 10,000 meters in the air. So she got up and grabbed the rope. After a few minutes, before the woman recovered from the shock, she started to call for her companion, but the man had already fainted from lack of oxygen. She was several meters away from the basket. If she doesn't get up there in time, she will fall down in a matter of time. Seeing that her teammates have not yet woken up, she shook her body as hard as she could, hoping that the rope would be long enough for her to grab the basket. Finally, under her continuous heart attempts, she managed to grab the top rope. She used all her strength to roll in before she could catch her breath. She rushed to the man's side. The man was still unconscious. The most important thing now is to let the altitude drop quickly, otherwise they will die of lack of oxygen sooner or later. But the exhaust valve has been frozen. It's impossible to open it properly. If she wants to lower the balloon, she must climb to the top and open the exhaust valve manually to give them a chance of survival. So the woman has to go back up again. With every step she climbed, she suffered the sharp pain from her wounds. But to save the man, she had to take the risk. The first part of the journey was relatively smooth because of the rope, but the next step is the smooth and convex surface. The woman knew that if she fell, she would not survive. She tried to reach the safety rope, but she lost her grip. Luckily, her legs were hanging on the rope, so she didn't fall. After she regained her senses, she grabbed the safety rope with all her strength. Then she tied it securely around her waist. After confirming that it was safe, she began to climb up step by step. With each step, she used all her strength to hold onto the rope. The woman succeeded in climbing up with her unremitting efforts. She didn't dare to lose a moment. When she stabilized her body, she kicked hard at the exhaust valve. She kicked it a dozen times before she opened it. The gas inside was released. The man below also managed to get his life back. The reason why the two of them took a hot air balloon to 10,000 meters in the air, because they are both meteorologists. Their mission was to measure the temperature and humidity at different heights, to predict the future of the weather, because in those days there was no technology as developed as today, so meteorologists could only observe the weather through hot air balloons. In order to obtain these experimental data, they often had to make huge sacrifices. Now the altitude has reached more than 7,000